Hi, I'm talking was.
What?
I'm talking. I do not know what I was going for, but I'm talking first today. Oh, it's always Drew. He's like, hi,
Hi. Hi,
See,
I'm
just like that.
Drew.
See, exactly like
Exactly
that. Oh my
like
God.
that. Do exactly
So,
as I do. Welcome. Welcome, welcome again. It's another fantastic Friday. It's 2021.
oh, good. My favorite. It's already so good.
One
I.
day into 2021.
It sucks.
Yeah, at
Spoiler
least
alert.
World War III isn't happening. That's what happened
That's.
last year. We were scared about that. That was crazy. And then
I.
Australia decided to not be mid room temperature anymore and decided to catch on fire. Yikes. Big yikes.
It's fine. They live.
Barely.
I think they live, is what I'm saying. I have a friend who said my friend who lives there, who I mentioned in a previous podcast, said that everything's fine. So, yeah.
You know what's crazy though? We're turning over a new leaf. We're actually doing this on Friday. We might actually upload it on a Friday too. You never know.
Oh, wow. That'd be crazy.
That would be wild. Wild. But if you don't know who we are, we're TnD. I'm Drew.
I'm Ty, but you'll never hear me called that by Drew.
You're Thai. Fine. 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 Thai. Like Thai food. Or Taekwondo. Or Thai pod. But it's really Tide Pod. So who knows? And this is where we talk about Amicus's dick size.
We were just talking about this literally moments before hitting record. Drew only cares about a man if they can pleasure him sexually.
Oh
is what he
my
just told
fucking
me.
god. No. I said,
So,
in order to be in a relationship with Muwa, you have to be physically attracted to me. I will not accept
yeah.
not being physically attracted to me.
He also said, which he is hilariously not talking about right now, that if you cannot pleasure me, then what's the
I
point?
did not say that at all. I did not.
Really? You didn't? Because I'm like 99% sure that's exactly what you said before
I
this started.
said,
Nah, nah.
and I quote, you have to be physically attracted to me. That's all I said. Which literally is a big point.
No.
Imagine if Amicus was like, yeah, Marco, you're not hot, but, I guess you're good. I like
Oh
your
my God.
brain. And I'm like, well.
You're so dramatic.
Well.
Just because somebody doesn't want to suck you off doesn't mean they don't love you, ho.
I didn't say that. You don't have to, go down on me to satisfy me. Jesus Christ. I just expect, a physical attraction. Dear
That'll be a
Lord.
question for-
Are you a
that'll be a
cuddler,
question-
Tyson? Ty, shit,
Huh?
I did it. Ty, are you a cuddler? Do you like to cuddle people?
Proving my point 3
Do
minutes
you
in.
or do you not like to cuddle people? Answer the goddamn question.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
I like to
Well,
be
let's
cuddled.
see.
If you don't even want to touch me.
Oh my God.
Dear Lord.
Drew, nobody's like that.
There are definitely people who are in relationships that don't even want to touch each other. And that's sad. That is really sad. To me.
I mean,
But you guys do you.
You plebeians are so sad to me.
I look down on you and spit on you. Le bleu.
Plebeians
Even Marco
are
and
fucking
Amicus
awful.
cuddled. Even if they didn't have sex, they were at least sleeping in the same bed.
You know what, Drew? Shut up.
Say it. Go ahead. Say something that proves me wrong.
Okay, I will. So, I just fucking died.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
I'm playing Mario Party.
Get the fuck off, Mario. This is important. This is life or death. This is Fan Fiction Friday. You tell them. You tell them.
Okay, here's what I'll tell you guys. If you can't suck you off, he doesn't want you, even though he's in a relationship. In a hypothetical
If you
scenario,
can't blow me through the internet, I don't want to deal with you.
in this hypothetical scenario where Drew is not in a relationship, he does not want you if you can't suck him off.
I
or
don't
go
want
down on
you if
him.
you're underage. That's
my
very
God.
important. If you're under 18, get the fuck off this podcast. Find, I don't know, find like the other babies you hang out with and hang out with those babies, because if you're under 18, fuck off.
He's ageist too, by the way.
I'm very ageist. I hate I don't really hate anyone, actually. It's just on a streak. I ate.
What about that one guy who you didn't like in the band you were in? Who you said, and I quote, I hate him. You said the guy I hate.
Yeah, I do hate him. I don't like people who think they're hot shit and then they end up like bragging about something like, oh, we're so good, we're so hot. It's like, no one fucking knows you. Get off your high pedestal. And that hypocrisy drives me up the wall. So
what he's saying is that if you have confidence in what you do,
if you have any amount of confidence, I fucking hate you. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is misplaced confidence.
Drew's so funny today.
No, it's
so
misplaced confidence.
I really like whenever Drew says things, and then he's like, "I did not say that."
I didn't. You are twisting my words. Twisting
I'll twist
them.
your arm, bitch.
Like
how about I twist your arm
perverted game of Twister. Like some perversion of Twister.
I'll twist your nutsack if you don't start telling the truth.
Neferu is the same way. It's like I wanted to drop him down a peg. It's like, you have no reason to be confident, you silver spoon bastard. You were fed by a silver spoon. You are equivalent to the French bourgeoisie that got their heads chopped off by a guillotine. But then I got to know the guy and I kind of liked him. So whatever. I guess things work out. I guess they do. But he is the French bourgeoisie. He is the one that would have their head on a guillotine. And when Cato, oh shit, spoiler, when Cato was about to chop his head off, I was like, royalties being royalties. Look at this, conspiracies. I was very sad though. That was very sad. Because that's
very sad.
What, you think I don't have emotions? Son, unemotional crab making my way across.
Yes. Fuck you, dude.
The unemotional sands. I just keep everything in. I bottle them up. And then let it out on this podcast. This podcast is cheap therapy.
It's cheap. It's free.
Free for you,
anything.
free for us.
The only thing I'm paying here is my time.
Yeah, my mic shield and my shitty mic. I mean, it's okay. It could be better, though. Oh.
Excuse me.
Wow.
Drew is
rude.
So gross.
That was fucking
we're
you.
We're in a podcast right now.
You.
Can you shut the fuck up?
That was you.
Drew, please. Please, dude.
But
God, you're such a liar today. What's up your ass?
you don't want to know.
Oh, I probably don't.
Mm-hmm.
You're like the kind of...
Also, you furries fetishize Christmas. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Oh my God, I love it.
It is the Lord's Day. I have never seen... So, I, through the Twitter podcast, I think we follow one of the staff members, and I have never seen so much reindeer cock in my life.
Oh my God, I love when it's Christmas and I get to log into FA&E 6, and on their homepage I see fucking
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer taking it from the other 11.
No, I see reindeer. Yeti's my personal favorite.
Yetis?
And then yes, and then you see candy canes used as dildos, like that kind of thing. You think I'm kidding, Drew? I am not.
That is not sanitary. That is...
I mean, and then they eat it afterwards.
Oh!
I'm kidding.
Fuck.
I've never seen that.
Please, douche. Please.
Ew.
Oh.
Dude, this one guy I was with, I'm pretty sure he didn't douche.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
But, like, I don't think I'm pretty sure he just, like, used
No.
Okay, what even is douche? What's in it?
No,
what is
it's
it made
not.
Of? Is
It's
it gonna
literally...
Is it gonna give me autism or something?
No. It's not a... I was about to make a really bad joke, and I'm going to skip over it.
I'm anti-douche. I don't want to give my ass autism or something.
70s porn stars didn't douche. Anyway, douching is the process of... Usually, I mean, if you're really cheap, you'd use a turkey baster, but it's the process where you fill, most likely, an object with water, put it up your rectum, spray the water up through, and then it will wash out your intestines, and then you basically douche. You find a either the toilet or a drain somewhere, and
You're so awkward when you talk about
I'm
these
not
things. You shit
awkward.
it out,
I am
guys.
trying to explain it without going into graphic detail. The people have subscribed to our channel, and I'm sure the very first thing that they thought they would not get an explanation of was how the douching process worked. And we are only 10 minutes in here. We are only
Yes, I'm sure subscribing to two homos who talk about Adastra, a gay furry game, like, I'm sure they don't want to hear about
Marco didn't
douching.
douche.
Like, no, he didn't. And Amicus didn't either.
Nope.
And he had chicken. He has chicken in mind every morning. He didn't douche. Think about that, guys.
Oh, God.
Stop. The man eats like an entire chicken to
maybe
like,
that's
for
part of the
breakfast, lunch, and
Galaxius.
dinner.
That's part of the Galaxius. It's just,
Whoa!
I'm sure
a little
Howley
racist.
Howley was like my hands are clean of blood, or
But Amicus's hands weren't.
no.
Hey guys, you ever think about how hot octopuses can be? Oh right, the fan fictions. But before we do that, I have a PSA announcement. My COVID results came back. Guys, I'm positive.
Oh.
Negative.
Oh.
I'm so funny. I used that joke about 4 times, like on like 4 different people.
I got tested today.
It was funny every single time. Hey, did you put it all the way up your ass or nose or whatever?
They were like, drop your shorts, and I'm like, do we have the right test here? Are we sure?
I'm like, I'd be like, this is the right
Hey,
test.
we're checking for an STD, right? I'm like, no, COVID can't be spread that way, and they're like, yeah.
Really? Oh my god! If I suck this guy off, then I can't get COVID. Fuck yeah.
No,
dude.
no. You can still get COVID, but it's not an STD. Like.
Oh, so if I get COVID from sucking some guy off and drinking his, I mean, like, if I get COVID from having a date, I won't get it, right?
If they're shedding viral particles, or yeah, I guess it's viruses aren't alive. I don't remember what the specific nomenclature is, what we call viruses when they're shed. But if you're shedding the virus and you come into contact with that shed virus, then you can contract the disease, whatever it may be, whether it's smallpox or COVID in this case, or the flu. You can anyway. Yes, I got tested. They shoved the Q-tip up my nose, and
wait, they did it?
Yeah, they did it.
I did my own.
Oh, I would not want to do my own. I feel I wouldn't do a proper job.
Yeah.
But if you don't know, moving on from those topics, if you don't know who or what we do here is we get emails from you guys of your fan fiction, and then this is the day where we read them. And we spend the first 15 minutes of this podcast usually just discussing random stuff before we dive into the meat of things. And
I'll dive into your meat. DM me on Discord. I'm kidding.
Last year we read stories from. Shut the fuck up. We read.
Guys, everybody, shut up. Shut up. Drew, shut up.
Shut up.
Guys, I'm talking to this guy. So if I start dating him, like, can I still make sex jokes, or like, is that not a thing anymore?
Yeah, no more sex jokes. I'm sorry. You're banned.
I sent him a link to this podcast, and I don't think he watched it.
That was the sound of you being banned. I don't have a gavel, but I do have a glass cup, and I thought that'd be appropriate. But you're banned.
Yeah.
You're banned from this now. You can't come back. I'm sorry.
I did tell Drew that he could, if I die, I'll have to find a new co-host. Email us for co-host application.
Email us at TnD513 at gmail.com for a new co-host.
If you want to replace me as co-host whenever I croak.
There's a rigorous interview process, and it does not involve shoving a candy cane up your ass. We're past that part. That was idea, festive, and now we're done with that.
Drew's an ass.
But that is the same email you can email your fanfics to, and we always love fanfics. So
I
We
love
love
your
them.
fanfics.
We're thinking about expanding past Adastra and into Chemia because I know the public build was announced, so that's crazy. And we're also thinking about doing another VN called Far From Home or Echo. Moving on to that a little bit while we wait for Chemia
Yes.
to continue to get released. Just kind of jump.
Speaking
you know?
of that, I think I didn't even tell this to Drew, but I'm gonna create a poll tonight.
I did not know
After
about
this. Because we need to decide what the fans want.
What the
fans
fuck
being
do you want?
like the 10 people who follow us.
What do you
like
We'll do
that actually
anything.
watch us. So I'm probably gonna have 4 options. I'm thinking.
OnlyFans.
I will link my OnlyFans in the description. So I think the 4 options are gonna be Far From Home or whatever the hell that is. Drew called it. Which I don't even think is out yet.
No, yeah, it's I think 0.7 was their last one. Anyway.
Okay. So, as I was saying, it'd either be that, it'd be, God, the train of thought, Echo, or Danganronpa. Or, sorry, Danganronpa, or, get this, Drew, Undertale.
Undertale would be fun.
It's not a
I
visual
would not
novel,
kill anyone.
but-
I would not. I would not kill anybody. They're so cute.
See, the thing is, because I'm thinking because it's a furry thing, right? And Danganronpa isn't
I
a
mean,
furry
it's literally
thing,
called
but
Undertale. It's where you find.
I get it. Your jokes are hilarious.
But it's also underground, so Undertale. It's underground.
And then I figure we could do Undertale and we could do God, what's it called? Deltarune. If you even know what Deltarune is.
You sent me the soundtrack for it, and I think isn't it an Undertale fan game?
It is a sequel to Undertale, an official sequel.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And it's good. You're like, is it a fan game? No, bitch. It's the real deal.
It's the real deal. It's like not hair extensions or toupee. It's the real deal. The full thing. And if you do have a toupee or a hair extension, you are totally cool. That was not a joke because I also have a thin hairline. Oh no.
Thin?
Not like
more like non-existent.
it does exist, bitch. It does exist. I'll fucking
Sorry, making fun of Drew's hairline is like
a low
one of my
blow.
favorite things.
A low fucking blow. Something that literally I cannot control. I can't.
I want Drew. I'm gonna make fun of you for it until you give me a low blow back, so we're even.
Okay. I will not stoop to such a level.
Exactly.
Such a
and
level
until
of
you
comedy.
Do, I will never stop making fun of you.
Oof.
Just give me a low blow, something I can't control, like my fucking teeth or something. I guess. Okay. How about something? The way I dress. Oh my god, I love sweatpants.
Oh yeah. Whatever. I'll find something really scathing. But for now, should we get to the fanfics?
Yes, but like I said, guys, vote. I'm probably gonna post a poll on Discord and TikTok.
Vote. Use that democratic process.
I literally don't know what to do next.
We have no idea.
I don't want to do something that people don't want. Like, I don't know what I don't know. I'm just stupid.
You're not stupid. You're not.
Start making fun of me more.
I would never.
You do all the time off camera.
No, never. I would
never
make fun
What
of you.
idiot wouldn't know this? Remember that?
Yeah.
We are playing Danganronpa, even if we might not do it. We're still playing it.
What idiot would not know that? I said that. What if I got it wrong? I was getting so pissed.
It was during the case of, let's just say it was the Versailles witch trial. That case. And fucking, it was one of the options, and Drew's like, ugh, this is so obvious. He wouldn't know this. And whenever I played through it, I got the wrong one. So, that's where his allegiance lies. If you don't know the intricacies of the third trial of Danganronpa, then you're a fucking idiot.
Anyway, you read first last time, by the way, didn't you?
Yes.
I decided to put everyone in a random number generator and roll it, and I ended up getting Big H. To start with that one. So
Wait, does that mean that I'm... wait, what's going on right now?
What?
So wait, what's going on right now?
Oh, I'm just reading. I thought I would read Big H. Since you started first last time, then I'd start first this time.
And I read... Wait, who did I read last time? Big H, right?
You read the Cassius one. With,
yeah, but...
And that was not
No.
by Big H. That was by... Let me find it. Him again. Cars, the Big Gay Furball.
That's who it was. I'm thinking of big furball H.
Yes. Cars, the Big Gay Furball. That was him. I literally pulled this up and I forgot I typed in my search bar big anime titty.
Why did you?
Because
why?
of the what you and I spelled titty Tiddie because of what you said from Danganronpa 2. What the thing was called.
The Titty Typhoon and Danganronpa 2.
So I typed in big American titty.
If Ibuki
Or big anime
dies,
titty.
if Ibuki dies, I will literally off myself. I'm just letting you guys know that. And Dangan 2, Drew does not know who that is yet, but I do. So if she dies, it's your head, everyone's
My
head.
head will roll. Roll. Anyway, I started, I think a week ago, I started Big H's and I read chapter 1 of Big H's.
Wait, so who am I gonna read?
I thought you'd read Sieggy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's what I thought you said. You're like, oh
No,
yeah, cool.
no.
'Cause-
Well, you didn't tell me anything.
oh yeah, you'll read Sieggy, because that's who I
Good.
rolled. On.
Oh, okay, bitch.
You're on chapter 1 because he had a prelude.
Do you think about the word splatter at all? Like, I splattered onto the wall.
Nope. Oh, good lord. There should be no one splattering anywhere.
I'll splatter on it wherever I want.
I'll splatter wherever I would like to. What? How? I always think of Splatoon, and I found that word disgusting. Like Splatoon. Like I
Okay.
splatooned everywhere, and I'm like, you did what? Where? Who just got molested? Like
Everywhere. God, what? Okay, think of like the nastiest word you can think of right now.
moist.
Moist. That's a good one. I had. God, what's that?
Moist.
There's a word. Squirt for me.
Squirt. See, if
Squirt
I ever
is a
was,
word that's been ruined. It's a fucking soda too.
I thought Scipio. I think a good nickname for Scipio, I think, would be Squirt.
Oh.
I thought Neferu, whenever they first met in the beginning, I thought Neferu was calling him Squirt, not Skip. I'm like, Squirt, that's cute, because it doesn't bother me, because Squirtle is a fucking adorable Pokemon, so whenever people say Squirt, I think Squirtle. I don't think of, like, squeezing
You know
a
what I
ketchup
think?
bottle and you get that disgusting sound.
Okay, so have you thought about this? So you know how a lot of dads call their kids squirt?
Yeah, like
Is it
affectionately.
because is it because, like, you know, they squirted out into their mom? Is that why they call their kids squirt? Because that's what they are. They are a squirt.
Oh,
like
Lord.
a literal squirt.
No, because
like that would ruin
like,
it.
I mean, I
Dude,
think of
no,
squirt
I'm,
as like
I'm
adolescent.
on to something right now.
We are almost at
I'm
30.
on to something. I don't care. This is important. This is important.
I mean, I guess you could think of it that way, but when I think of squirt, I think of like someone
Ugh.
short. Like,
Or what about like?
I mean, you were.
what-
I guess you could say like you were just squirted out, like you were just pushed out of mom.
you were squirted out.
Oh
like
God.
squirted out for me into your mom, and then your mom squirted you out. It's a process. I'm gonna throw up right now.
The circle of life.
I hate it. I hate it. Kill me. Your mom should have swallowed. Have you ever heard that insult?
What is it?
Like your mom should have swallowed.
Yeah, that was around when I was around. My school was called Jablo.
I don't get that. Like, what does it even mean? Your mom should have swallowed. Like that.
Like, you don't get it? Like, instead of going in through the vagina, you go in the mouth, and then in the mouth, and then mom instead swallows. You can't get pregnant that way. From my understanding of anatomy, it is impossible to get pregnant through the mouth.
Oh, not as funny as I thought it would be.
Well, I just explained it. It's like explaining a joke.
I know. But if you explain a joke, it's not as funny as it would have been.
Oh.
But you kind of see why it would be considered funny. But I don't even see how that could be considered funny. And I'm the comedy king.
Oh yeah. We're basking in the comedy right now.
Bow down before me, guy who drew Amicus, or excuse me, guy who drew Amicus as Anakin, the furry guy who I follow and we message. Bow before me.
Wow. Yikes. Now that is people who I hate.
Me? Oh, I didn't know.
No,
you
people
thought
with
you
that
liked
type of attitude.
But I just showed you I have that type of attitude.
No, you
Do you hate me?
I need to start the fan fiction.
Oh my.
I need to because I take my
True
goddamn
needs it.
time. This is going to be crisp. It's going to be pretty. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be
Get
good.
out of my ear, fag.
Get out of my ear.
Get out of my ear.
I can't say that word.
fag.
I hate that word. Hate it.
It's okay.
Even though I am one, I hate it. Hate it. Everyone else, you all can redeem that word. I will not say it. I will not. Y'all redeem all you want. Redeem that word all you want.
I've heard you say it before. It's okay.
I don't think I have.
You have.
Oh. Well, big yikes on me.
While you were drunk.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it. My inhibitions are a little bit more down again. Anyway.
Takes one sip. I'm so drunk.
No, it is time. No more of this shit. No more.
My God.
No more of
Go
this shit.
on.
No more.
Go on, you pretty little soccer player.
No more of this shit. This story is called X.
If you talk like that the entire time, I will end your life.
Adastra by Big H. And this is chapter 2.
Chappie 2.
Chappie 2. What an interesting little movie. That kind of flopped a little bit, but still cute. Chappie.
Renaissance man. Fuck that game. I mean,
I don't think it's a game. That'd be a very boring game. Ty, do you want me to link it to you so you can read with me? Or you can listen?
Okay, yes.
No! No, thank you.
Yes,
I almost linked it to the fanfic chat. Here you go, little boy, so you can read with me.
I'm bigger than you in every
Little
single
boy.
possible facet.
Little boy.
I'm bigger than you in every way.
Uh-huh.
Literally
Yep.
every way.
Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. Maybe because you didn't do your conversions right.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you.
Amicus woke to calm, lightly whispering in his ear. He sat up and waved the drone off. What is it, Calm? The drone hovered. Emperor, there has been a development in the situation involving the human vessel. Oh, God, human vessel. Oh, Lord have mercy. I don't like, that's another word, vessel. Anyway, Amicus sat completely up and turned his head to the drone. What? What kind of development? The humans have launched their expedition earlier than expected. They embarked early this morning. Amicus launched himself out of bed, throwing on his robe. He took the barest minimum of time to freshen up and walk to the common area, where Neferu and Scipio were sitting. When he approached, Scipio bowed, while Neferu just sat and gave him the usual apathetic smile. I assume you've heard the news, Amicus? Amicus nodded, I have. He then addressed Calm. Calm, what time are the humans predicted to arrive? Calm thought for a second. calculating the route the Earthship was taking, then answered. Approximately 13 hours by the best estimate. They might run into problems, as it is their first stretch drive voyage, which will put the time up to, yes, shut up. The computer beeped off. Scipio looked up from his bow. 13 hours? That's a lot quicker than expected. Amicus nodded. Indeed. Let's wait for everyone to get up and then we'll inform the Empire. Ever since pet owning had been banned. Oh, Lord. Oh, my. I forgot about that.
Now, Alexios really has no purpose.
Oh, man. I forgot that the word pet was used because in the context that I've heard it used, pet, yeah. Oh, that is a loaded state, or a loaded word.
Loaded.
That's what you like, isn't it? Amicus had grown accustomed to serving himself his own food. He, Neferu, and Scipio were later joined by the rest of the royal family. Cassius looked tired. He'd probably been awoken much earlier by Com. Virginia was smirking at him for some unknown reason, and Amicus knew when not to pry. They sheathed themselves and ate in silence. Oh, seated. And ate in silence. What is sheathed?
She.
I misread. Everyone waiting for someone else to speak. Cassius broke the semi-awkward silence. So what preparations must we make for the arrival of the humans? Amicus thought about that. Oh, I forgot to read it in Cassia's voice. So what, like exasperated, So what preparations must we make for the arrival of the humans? Kind of like, like so exasperated with everything. Amicus thought about that. Marco hadn't really said anything about what humans did to welcome diplomats on Earth, so we'd just have to wing it. I suppose we'll just have to observe regular procedures for welcoming dignitaries. Virginia, you'll be in charge of the decoration and freshening up of the palace. Finally allowing me to use my feminine... Shut the fuck up. Finally allowing me to use my feminine sensibilities, brother. Amicus snorted and continued. Neferu, Scipio, you'll be joining me on the landing pad. Oh my god. This is not my night. Neferu, Scipio, you'll be joining me on the landing pad to welcome them. The Jackal and Manwolf nodded. Cassius, I'm giving you command... Jackal and Manwolf nodded. Cassius, I'm giving you command of security. The White Wolf looked up, arching an eyebrow. I don't expect any sort of trouble from the delegation. From what I've seen of humanity, they're polite in these types of situations. Cassius rolled his eyes, and Amicus decided to ignore him. I do, however, anticipate separatist action. This could possibly be the most important day of the last 8 years, and I intend to make sure it goes off with any surprises. Cassius nodded, realizing what his role was meant. He was always happy to do something important. Amicus was finished by this point with breakfast and handing out assignments. They had just a few short hours until the humans arrived. The Emperor walked to his room, and after making sure the door was sealed, spoke to Com again. Com, do we have visual on the human ship yet? Negative, Your Highness. Expected camera range is still 2 hours from the current location at their current velocity. Amicus nodded, even though nobody could see him. Inform me when we do. Yes, Your Highness. Com turned off, and Amicus strolled out to the balcony. He watched the waves lap against the shore, then followed the water to the island and past that to Adastra City. Millions of people, all relying on him to see them through an important time in their history. He felt the weight of his responsibilities fall down onto him, and he collapsed onto the couch. He had felt like this before, and Virginia had given him advice on how to deal with it. Things have been fine for 8 years. I care for my people. I am not alone in this. My responsibilities are reasonable burdens to bear. He repeated this mantra for a minute or two before he felt himself calm. When he did, a face washed across his memory. Marco. Amicus was... Shut up! Shut the fuck up.
No, it's just like the way you said it was so cute.
I'm blushing.
Amicus was instantly rejuvenated by the prospect of seeing Marco again. The humans would be here soon, and with them would be his love. That was enough to get Amicus off the couch and back onto the balcony. He breathed in the fresh air, smelling the floor around him. Then he stripped off his clothing, oh my, and jumped down into the waiting lake. Oh my. Oh, don't get too thirsty though, fellas. He swam.
Are you talking to fellas or me?
Fellas. Or women's. He swam to the island several times during his emperorship. Holy shit, he's a swimmer. God damn, that's such a... Remember, like, in the menu, how far away that island was?
Didn't they already establish he's a swimmer? Like, remember whenever he swam to that one island? Yeah, that happened in the game. Remember?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's
Wow,
right.
Drew.
But not nearly as frequently as he had during the time Marco was there. He wasn't quite as fast as he used to be, but he reached it all the same. The familiar sand between his toes reassured him and reminded him of the time he spent here. The island was his favorite spot on the palace grounds. He walked to a tree that he remembered him and Marco had spent an afternoon under all those years ago. He gave a happy sigh and appreciated the view for a moment. The morning sun was phasing into the early afternoon. Amicus stroked his head thoughtfully. Was this really happening? Had they been apart for so many years? A jolt of surprise brought him out of his stupor as he remembered something. He had called the ambassadors to a meeting! He dove into the water swimming as fast as he could. He didn't bring any sort of tech with him, so all he had to go by was the sun's position in the sky. When he reached the shore, he found a robe that Com had left for him, the computer recognizing that he had gone for a swim. He hastily dried himself and half ran towards the palace entrance and then the meeting room. He swung open the doors, and thankfully the delegation was still filing into the room when he entered. Those standing up bowed, and those sitting down nodded respectfully. Amicus nodded back and took his seat at the head of the table. I'm surprised the people who were sitting didn't stand up and bow as well.
Yeah, it's kind of disrespectful.
Kill him! Kill them!
Kill
them! Cassius. Cassius was like, whatever. Cassius was occupying the closest chair, leaned over to him and whispered, "Please tell me you weren't at that island again." Amicus forgot he was emperor for a second, remembering the times Cato had scolded and beat him for being late to practice in school. He glared back at Cassius. "I was. You have a problem with it?" Why did I suddenly turn Amicus British? I was. You have a problem with it? You want to go? I'll fucking kick your teeth in. I got a shiv in me pocket. Gonna go straight through your ribs, straight into your fucking heart.
Oh damn! Holy shit, dude.
I don't know. They had a bad relationship. Anyway, Cassius smirked. Sorry. Cassius scene. Cassius smirked and turned his attention back to the table, where everyone was finally seated. Amicus, taking this as his cue, rose and addressed the room. "Ladies and gentlemen, I have a special announcement to make. This morning, nearly 3 hours ago, a human vessel embarked from Earth and is expected to arrive within 11 hours. There's an excited murmuring amongst the crowd, and Amicus stalled for a few seconds to let the information settle. This is a momentous occasion, not only for Adastra, but for all of the siblings. Finally, after 8 years, we are able to speak with a civilization that has been so recently uplifted, and that I believe will wish to join the Galaxis." There was more excited murmuring, this time enunciated by some mild cheers from the crowd. "And if that is their wish, we must be prepared to greet them as equals with open arms." Amicus sat back down and waited for the discussion to die down. He then spoke again, this time only to the table. "Has everyone prepared?" The assorted officials nodded. "Good, He was cut off by a drone descending from the ceiling. "Emperor, the human vessel has entered stretch camera range." "Just now?" "Yes." So, to the point, "Put it on the main screen in this room." The drone flew back into the ceiling, and the meeting hall's gigantic screen came to life. A strange and blocky vessel was displayed, the shimmering space around it meaning it was using a stretch drive. Everyone in the room looked up at it. It was a medium-sized ship, certainly larger than Amicus's personal craft, but smaller than the
What
troop.
if Marco isn't on it?
What if...
I will cry. I will cry.
But smaller than the troop transports and commercial vessels that went to and fro between the planets. There were markings along the side of the ship, but even if Amicus could understand human language, they were obscured by the stretch drive's shimmering effect. "Did we figure out space travel?"
They said the parents in the last chapter, didn't they? That the parents helped them.
I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure,
Damn.
like, that's what they
Go
said.
parents! Thank you. You don't know what you've done, what mistakes that you just gave a space of selfish apes, but you did it. Thank you. Cassius looked back down to his brother. Is that? Yes, it is. Everyone was silent for minutes, finally realizing just how important the day would be. Wow.
Wait, what did Cassius say? He said, "Is that? Don't tell me."
Is that?
Is he gonna say Marco?
He was. Maybe, possibly.
I will.
I forgot that the parents helped him out with that. You see, with space travel, what if like the dragon visited people in their dreams, like visited renowned physicists and was like, "This is how you fucking get out to space with the stretch drive," and they were like, "Oh, thanks, thanks, blue dragon man." Like, oh man.
I would throw myself at him. Audacity stopped. I'm kidding.
Oh, I fucking kill you. I kill you. Oh. Dear Lord. Anyway.
Ooh,
Wow.
that was exciting.
That was
I had to
good.
ride myself
Mm.
off.
I'm excited. I love doing different voices. You caught me off guard because you were laughing. I'm like, oh no. I was like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. What if Amicus suddenly turned British? He was like, I'm gonna cast a spell on you. This is trademarked, by the way. Expelliarmus. Please don't sue me, J.K. Rowling.
Expelliarmus.
That's more like Cassius. He'd be like bored. He'd be like, Expelliarmus. Oh, now I whacked your wand away. Oh wow, give me another
I'll
drink,
whack
please. I'm bored of your human trifling. Imagine wolves with guns. It's like the Gorillaz song "Kids with Guns," but instead it's wolves with guns. Good lord.
Alrighty, well, whew, that was fucking awesome. Holy shit. Sorry, I'm a sucker for the... I like build-up. I'm a big fan of build-up, and the build-up to, like, this big reveal is really getting me on the, like, to the edge of my seat.
Edge of my seat.
It's edging me, dude.
Oh, don't do I'm about to cream me shorts.
I hate you. You ruined it.
I'm about to cream me corn. I'm so sorry for any British people out there.
This is somehow... I feel like that's... Oh, God. Hold on. I gotta get to chapter 2 of Sieggy.
Siggy.
Ooh, there's a new card coming out. In the new Yu-Gi-Oh box, Lightning Overdrive. It's gonna be for fire support. Ooh.
Oh wow, that's neato burrito.
Do you know what we're gonna do tonight after this podcast, Drew?
What?
You know what we're gonna do?
What?
We're gonna play Yu-Gi-Oh.
No.
Yes.
No. I wanted to play Danganronpa.
Oh, we're playing Danganronpa?
Yeah.
Well, you should have said so. Okay, I'll let you do it this time. We're playing Danganronpa tonight, baby. Alright, let's get this show on the road! Okay. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I am talking to the audience.
I'm ready.
Oh,
Oh
I'm
my
fucking
god.
ready.
I'm ready.
Save it for the bedroom.
Oh man.
Nobody asked your opinion. Okay, alrighty. Let's get this show on the road. Alrighty, let's start. Adastra, Beyond the Stars by my homie Sieggy. We go way back. No we don't. Chapter 2, A Somber Reunion. Wow. In the courtyard of the Kimian Palace, half a dozen jackals lined up to form a path, their chests held high and the button of their spear firmly planted on the ground. They were all disciplined men, yet some could not help but become rigid, the top of their spears quivering as if they were still amateurs. One could not blame them, however, for two individuals with the same authority as their pharaoh were about to make a visit. Far into the sky, a tiny speck of black materialized seemingly from a thin air. This dot in the sky slowly grew big enough to blot out the sun. The small airship smoothly descended down into the courtyard, and two men stepped from the airlock.
Descended down into the courtyard.
One of the large, muscular wolf was a moderate size. Excuse me. One was a large, muscular wolf with a moderate-sized belly. Ooh. His flowy toga a stark contrast to the Kimian tightwear. How face brimmed with confidence. Oh, I think it was a typo. His face brimmed with confidence as he draped his shoulder over a smaller human. In contrast to the wolf, the human within his arms looked around skittishly. By human standards, the human was not small by any means, but he was easily dwarfed among the other siblings. The way he subconsciously pressed himself into the bigger man's arms made his presence even smaller. The big wolf sheepishly smiled at the human and playfully rubbed his short black hair, his eyes lost in the human's hazel-colored pupils. Amhotep, Marco, Amicus. It's great to see both of you. Thank you, Neferu. It's been a while. At the end of the path waits a jackal wearing nothing but a grin and a loincloth. The golden jewelry and body paint he wore expresses his wealth and status as royalty. They stood there, smiling at each other for a few seconds, before Neferu pulled Marco into his arms for an embrace. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but it hasn't been that long. Neferu smiled warmly at Marco. It was only a month since he attended Marco's and Amicus's wedding. Oh! Theo might call it a waste of warp drive, but Neferu said it was worth it to visit his friend after 8 long years. The cordial atmosphere did not last, for Amicus quickly swooped in front of them and gently took back Marco into his arm. Neferu let out a chuckle upon witnessing the scene. Perhaps it felt long because of your wolf? I've heard love makes one's perception of time go slower, after all. Then go find your own man. Neferu's smiling expression slowly goes back down to normal. With a snort, he extends his arm back to shake with the woven emperor. Well, it's a pleasure to see you too, Amicus. I see that reuniting with Marco still hasn't improved your mood. The both of them glared wordlessly at each other for a long while. Not wanting to sour their long-awaited meeting, Marco interrupted them. Neferu, we're feeling cramped after sitting up.
Satan be gone!
Hold on, I have to redo that entire interaction. Hold on. That was fucking awful. The both of them wordlessly. The both of them glared. The both of them glared wordlessly at each other for a while longer.
Come on, Shakespeare, get it out.
Not wanting to sour their long-awaited meeting, Marco interrupted them. Neferu, we're feeling a bit cramped after sitting on the spaceship for so long. Would you mind giving us a tour of the palace? A smile crept back up on Neferu's face, but it vanished as fast as it appeared. What?
Do you mind giving us a tour of the place?
Do y'all hear that?
It's the weird...
Anyway. But it vanished as fast as it appeared, as the jackal avoided Marco's gaze and gave him a sigh. I wish I could. I wish I could accompany you, but we're rather preoccupied today. Did something happen? Something. Come, both of you. I'll explain the situation while we walk. Neferu dismissed the palace guards, and led the two of them out to the courtyard. There were a couple of Kimians here and there, but they were all preoccupied. Say, Amicus. Neferu started talking without turning to look at Amicus. Say, Neferu. Say, Amicus. Neferu started talking without turning to look at Amicus. What business do you have in Polaris? For Neferu and Marco, Amicus... For Neferu and Marco, Amicus's motive for coming here should have been as plain as day. Still, the Jackal wished to hear it straight from the Wolven Emperor's mouth. It's about the incident at the Wolven Embassy. I take it you're here to resolve that issue, or problem. Marco recalled what Virginia had informed him. There was a murder at the Wolven Embassy around a week ago. The Wolven ambassador was found dead in his office, with his own dagger stuck behind his back. No one at the embassy at the time saw anyone enter or leave the premises. There was no signs of struggle, and with only one entrance to the room, foul play was suspected. Naturally, the Kimian royalty would turn a blind eye to it, as it was none of their business. I'll be staying here for a week or so to deal with the issues, and while I'm at it, Amicus places paw on Marco's shoulder before giving him a triumphant smile. I get to be with him. So, a vacation then, Neferu smiled teasingly at them. You could say that. You'll also have to provide me the juice for the warp drive too, because it's completely empty. How demanding. Sure, we wouldn't mind. I would like to request something of myself as well. During your stay here, why don't the both of you live in the palace? I'm sure you can help, liven up the place. Sure. Of course, say Neferu. Marco watched as another Kimian servant rushed past him. Unable to suppress his curiosity, he turned to Neferu and asked what was on his mind. Are you going to tell us what's going on? Do you see over there? Neferu nudged his head toward the majestic throne placed in the heart of the Kimian palace. Unlike the clean marble throne of the wolves, the Kimian statue, the Kimian throne shone golden like the sun. It was embedded with glittering jewels of varying colors, and its arm had intricate carvings of animals. Marco could not discern from here. The most vital part of it is missing. Neferu waited for a response, but sensing that neither Marco nor Amicus understood him, he quickly explained himself. The pharaoh, my father, has been missing since this morning. Is that normal? No, it is not. Father had always informed us whenever he wished to seclude himself. It's why everyone's in an uproar. There are parts of the palace that comms aren't permitted to enter, and aside from the royal family, we have a dozen of manservants at most. The lack of manpower is making things difficult. The men I brought to greet you all were half of that force, and they went to resume looking for him afterwards. The three men stopped in front of the palace entrance. The palace was situated at the highest point in the northern part of the city. Marco gazed downwards and gulped as he saw the dizzying flight of stairs which connects the palace to the city proper. Regrettably, this is where we shall part ways. Marco snapped out of his mind as Neferu spoke up. I would recommend that the both of you stick to the Golden District and the Silver District. The Bronze District is currently somewhat turbulent right now because of the protests, and never go into the Copper District. They'll tear you apart. Both of you are quite the celebrity, after all. So the Kimians still can't get along with their child. Amicus crossed his arms and looked at Neferu, who tossed a glare back at him. I don't want to hear that from you, Amicus. Undeterred by the friction between them, Marco quickly stepped in again and talked with Neferu. Thank you, Neferu. Will you be okay? Marco asked Neferu as he himself grabbed Amicus by the paw and started leading him down the stairs. Neferu gave them a heartily chuckle before replying, I'll be quite fine, Marco. Father missing makes me uneasy, but I am no longer a child. Welcome to Polaris, and may a top be with you. Marco turned back to look at Neferu one more time, his figure slowly receding as he walked back into the palace. A tinge of sadness runs in Marco's heart, but he knew that the worst was over and both of them will have plenty of time to catch up later. Interlude. What do you think of the murder, Amicus? It's probably the...
Interlude?
It's probably the triumvirate. The triumvirate?
Please send us... I have no fucking idea how to pronounce it. Triumvirate?
It's probably the triumvirate. That guy was pretty infamous for being a scumbag. I bet he got greedy and tried to rip off someone important. Amicus said mindlessly as he scarfed on another helping of sweet Kimian pastries. After a few hours of sightseeing in the Golden District, Amicus decided to visit a local desert restaurant. They sat next to the window on the second floor, which gave them a nice view of the locale. More important than you? Marco lifted his fork and playfully pointed it at his wolf. Amicus bursted into laughter and replied back to him. Ha! As if. Right. Anyway, Amicus, if you knew about it, then why didn't you replace him? These things take time, Marco. Amicus greedily licked the pastry crust on his paws. There are a lot of corrupted officials in the Empire, but society won't function if I just sweep them in one go. In fact, I should be grateful they did the work for me. Amicus. Yeah, I know. If it was before, Marco would have kept chastising Amicus. But the 8 long years working as the representative between the parents and Earth world leaders had opened his eyes. Even if you stood at the top, you cannot simply change the fabric of society in one go, without violence and bloodshed. Even if what you do will improve society, there will always be pushback from both the good and bad people. Still, it does not mean that their efforts were in vain. Marco smiled warmly at Amicus as he said what was on his mind. Let's try our best, Amicus. Yeah. Amicus answers with a small warm smile. He could get lost staring at Marco all day.
Aww. Aww, so could I. Just kidding.
Marco looked around. Most of the other customers were jackals, but other siblings and some child race were present as well. It seemed like the Kimians do treat their citizens equally. What was not equal, however, were the glances sent his way. It was within Marco's expectation for Amicus as the Emperor of the Wolven Empire. The Kimians went to war with not a century ago. Meanwhile, Marco was an even bigger talk of the town, for he is representative of humanity, a race that managed to recently uplifted themselves to the status of being a sibling.
Whenever someone goes for he, I always want to go, is a jolly good fellow. I'm sorry. So sorry.
No, you're fine. Even without his position, his species alone was enough to draw attention to him. Amicus noticed that onlookers let out a disinterested snort. I wish these Kimians would stop staring at us. It's making my fur stand on ends. Well, it's not like I don't understand where they're coming from. They kept bugging us about the incident. Amicus whined loud enough for everyone to hear. His ears flopped down as he pouted at Marco. I wish they would just forget about it already. Just grin and bear it, Amicus. Marco passively replied as he scarfed out another helping of the Kimian sweet pastry.
These guys, oh my god. They need to lay off. You're gonna get Kimian diabetes.
That's right. If it were because of their position.
Oh, I thought you were agreeing until I read. I'm like, right. I've never heard you say that phrase so robotically in my life. No, I'm just kidding. That's right.
That's right.
I'm like, oh wow,
because of their positions and.
Kimian diabetes. I am so sorry. Continue. Holy crap.
No, it was an excuse to get a drink. That's right. If it were because of their positions and race alone, they would not achieve such celebrity status across Galaxias. All of their fame tied back to the incident 8 years ago, the riots across Adastra, Nefer's near execution, the death match between the rightful heir to the Wolven throne and the tyrannical usurper, Marco's sacrifice and subsequent revival by the ever-merciful parents. All of the raw emotions of the event were captured and broadcasted across the Galaxias. The event had captured the hearts and minds of not only the Wolven citizens, but all the siblings and child across Galaxias. It was a traumatic experience that neither he nor Amicus wished to revisit. After 8 years to ponder, Marco was confident that the parents definitely had a hand in allowing the events to play out in such a way that their struggles were used as their political tool. Yet, Marco could not deny it was definitely effective in smoothing the process of integrating the Wolven Empire and humanity into the fold.
That's smothering.
Still, a part of Marco's heart ached as he thought about Cato's gradual descent into madness and Alex's scheme. It was true that they meant him harm, but Marco still felt filthy after their ruin had been deliberately planned and triggered in order to benefit him and his wolf. Marco briefly wondered that if I had knowledge of the future, would he be able to grasp a better outcome without sacrificing something? Marco? Amicus asked with a worried look on his face. Marco quickly snapped out of it and pushed the matter aside. It's nothing, Amicus, Marco smiled back. After 8 long years apart, they have both changed, but their love still remained the same. What matters most now is not in the past, but the present. All right, enough of all these talks about politics and duties. Where should we go next? Actually, I was thinking of giving the Human Embassy a visit. I'm going to start working there tomorrow, after all. Oh, I see.
What?
Oh, it's just like, he wanted that dick. He's like, oh, I see. Don't worry, Amicus. We can go somewhere else afterward. Just the two of us. We've got the whole day for ourselves. Marco smiled as he saw Amicus's ears perk up again. A week with Amicus, not as the Emperor nor Ambassador, but just them. Marco wished this moment could last forever. Interlude. Amicus and Marco stood in front of the Human Embassy. It was a rustic-looking 2-story office building standing among the other ones in the Silver District. In the Golden District is where the affluent Kimian live. Then the Silver District is where most of the white-collar Kimians work and live in. Are you sure this is the place? It has to be. Marco opened his holographic tablet to double-check the location, and much to his dismay, all of the information pointed towards this place as where he was supposed to be. The Galaxius Kimian and the newly united human flags proudly hung down from the second-floor window left no room for doubt. With somewhat apprehension, Marco reached his hand to grab the knob. To his surprise, the door flung open before he could even touch the handle. Amicus quickly pulled Marco away from the door as an unfamiliar figure emerged from the building. A blond human male walked out from the door, his deep blue eyes wide in surprise as he spotted Marco.
He gave a Nazi salute.
He gazed blankly towards Marco for a few seconds before moving sideways around Amicus to get a better look at him. The blond man's height was about the same as him, and the way he tilted himself to get a better view of Marco made him even smaller. Amicus pulled Marco further back as he threatened the man. Back off! Back off! Amicus said with a low growl. Ah, I'm sorry. Seemingly regaining his senses, the blond man straightened himself up and gazed towards Amicus. I've heard a noise, so I came to have a look. He turned his head towards Marco again. My name is Daniel, and this is the Human Embassy. Since you two were in front of our building, I should assume you are in need of help? Oh no, my name is Marco. I'm the Human Ambassador. I wanted to come and take a look at this place since I'll be working here starting tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, yeah. Marco? I've heard that someone of that name would be coming tomorrow, but I didn't expect you to come here so early. Well, it's nice to meet you. Daniel gives Marco a smile and practiced handshake. Nice to meet you too, Daniel. And who would this big gentleman be? That's Amicus. He's my husband. Amicus, say hi. Sup?
Sup?
Sup,
bro?
Hey there. Oh, what? Oh, congratulations. Love sure fast in the Galaxius. What do you mean? Didn't humanity officially just integrate with the Galaxius just a few months ago?
Wow, Marco, you're a slut.
It must have been love at first sight if you two got together this quickly.
Dear fucking God.
Well, you see, Amicus was at a loss for words. It was the first time in a long while It was the first time. It was the first in a long time.
Keep trying,
someone
baby, you'll
didn't
get
know
it.
who the both of them were. I'm sure that both of you have circumstances. Have your circumstances. For now, let's just go in. Oh, sure. While Marco normally doesn't feel how famous he had gotten, he finally realized how useful it could have been for these kinds of occasions. Just like outside, the interior of the building does not confide the establishment. Excuse me, the interior of the building does not build confidence in the establishment. The guest room was the only place one could say looked decent. The rest of the rooms were littered with unorganized paperwork and messy desks. The walls and furniture had a weathered look to it. Finally, Marco couldn't hold it in and had to ask, Why is everything such a... I am getting upset at my own ability to speak. Yeah. Why is everything such a mess here? We arrived just a few days ago ourselves. It took us 2 whole days to move everything in, and by then we had to rush to finish the essentials first. Daniel shrugged and pointed to a nearby desk, which was cluttered with paperwork. What about the building? I'm not too sure about why we're here either. Hang on, let me ask Yuba. Yuba! You bell. Daniel shouted up the stairs. What? An annoyed voice responded from above. The human ambassador and his spouse has arrived. What?
What?
What? The second... where's... Second floor door burst open. From it, a man practically flew down the flight of stairs and into the front of Marco and Amicus. My name is Yuba. I'm the Asia representative.
He's
It
so
is an honor
calm
to
after like
finally-
kicking the fucking door open. I just imagine him like sonicking his way down this the stairway in this case is in between there's the guardrail, and he just sticks his feet on top and like sonics his way down. He's like, hey, I'm Yuba, what up?
Hey, whoa, hey, sup? My name is Yuba. I'm the Asia representative. It is an honor to finally, meet you, dude.
Oh my god.
Yuba knelt down before Amicus and squeezed out a word before wheezing. It was a well-rehearsed line, which was utterly ruined by how out of breath he was.
Oh god. Yuba's a smoker. We
he's the
we
woman
got
emperor.
Marco who's diabetic, Amicus who's a diabetic, and now Yuba's a smoker. What's wrong with
my
Daniel?
God.
He's like, I got hepatitis.
Yeah, everything's fine. Oh, that's fucking sorry. It's fine. There's no need for ceremonies here. Yuba narrowed his eyes at Daniel, who gave him a shrug in response. Did you at least pay your interest? Or did you at least pay your respects to Marco? He's our new boss. Sure, I've toured him around the place, right, Marco? Yeah, everything's fine. Marco wasn't the one for hierarchy either, so Marco didn't mind Daniel's attitude all that much as long as it doesn't affect his work. If Yuba is the Asia representative, then Daniel should be from America, right? Daniel nodded his head in response. In normal circumstances, each siblings are allowed 1 ambassador per planet and 1 rep who then acts as the face of the species. The reps are the pharaoh, emperor, or anyone in the position able to influence their species as a whole. He or she then receives guidance from the parents and uses it to improve their species or spread intelligence to the least sapient species of neighboring planets. However, due to the fact that the sheer population density of humans far outweighed other siblings and their voices were far from unified, concessions had to be made. Rather than 1, each continent on Earth was allowed an ambassador who represented their own interest. However, the reps for humans only... However, the representatives for humanity will only remain 1, Marco. Daniel and Yuba compete for their interests of their own continent, but Marco still has the final say on the matter whenever a decision is needed to be made.
Oh, poor Marco. Holy shit.
It is far from a perfect system, but it was something resembling stability, cleverly established by the parents. By the time the world leaders realized that they'd been played for fools, it was far too late for them to do anything about it. The other 3 should be arriving in a few weeks, Mr. Marco. Thank you, just Marco would do. By the by, do you know why we're stuck in this hovel? Well, you see...
hellhole.
Yuba fidgeted around nervously, trying to find the right words for Marco. The diplomatic ties between Kimia and humanity was very recent, and as such, they haven't had enough time to properly build our embassy yet. I can guarantee in a few weeks they'll be able to relocate us somewhere nicer. Marco and Yuba talked for a bit more, but soon the mood of the room became awkward. Yuba's subservient attitude does not mean well with Marco's personality at all. Amicus was signaling Marco with his eyes, and it felt time to leave as well. They had spent a lot longer than they thought in the embassy. There's only a few more hours for themselves until sunset. Just as Marco was about to bid them farewell, a drone flew overhead to the top of the humans. Marco and Amicus were used to the sight of comms, while Daniel gave it a disinterested look. Yuba, meanwhile, turns upon seeing it. Permission to relay radio signal, the drone buzzed. From who? Marco was pretty sure who it was, but it does not hurt to ask. A request for communication was from the second Chemian prince, Neferu. patch him through. Can you hear me, Marco? Sob. Crying. Neferu, what happened? Are you alright? Marco's voice was filled with worry. He wasn't mentally prepared for Neferu, who was smiling at him earlier this morning to try and contact him while crying and sobbing. Even Amicus next to him felt uneasy at the situation. What's going on, Neferu? Amicus asked Neferu while trying to keep his voice as normal as possible. You've gotta get out of there. You're all in danger. Sob.
Oh, Tyson.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Marco asked, a sense of apprehension biting into his gut. Father. Oh, Father's dead. Someone killed him. He was killed. Marco's mind went blank for a second as his imagination ran wild inside his head. He mustered whatever brain power he had left and squeezed out the next few words. I'm sorry, Neferu. Neferu did not respond, but kept sobbing to the drone. Marco felt suffocated hearing Neferu like this. It was a heart-rending event for the Neferu. But still, the question needed to be asked. Amicus stepped up towards the comm. Neferu, what did you mean when you said we're in danger? The culprit. Someone is spreading rumors around that a human did it. It's only a matter of time before everyone in the city hears it. The loss of their pharaoh has the Kimians out for blood, and he and the other humans are about to become scapegoats for their anger. Marco felt like he was walking to an icy river. He pressed his hands against his chest and started trembling in fear, afraid of what might happen next. Suddenly, a large paw was placed over Marco's shaking hand. Amicus slowly pushed Marco gently into his tight embrace. Everything is going to be alright, Marco. I swear we'll get through this. There was no basis for the wolf's claims, yet his confident word and resolute face has cleanly sliced through Marco's worries. Marco's hands had stopped shaking, and even if it was impossible, if the wolf said that he could, then he would believe those words. Take the drone and get out of there. Find somewhere to hide. I'll come get you once the ship is ready. I will. Thank you for the warning, Neferu. After the call ended, Amicus grabbed the drone on one paw and Marco on the other. There was no time to lose. Wait. Please, let us go with you, Yuba begged. Marco nodded. If humans are being targeted, then that means both Yuba and Daniel are in mortal danger as well. He couldn't leave them here to die like this. The four of them quickly evacuated from the embassy and sprinted towards the palace.
Oh, lordy. Oh, God.
Yikes, dude.
Yikes, big yikes.
They're fucking yiked. I liked that one, too.
Man.
It was good, even though I couldn't speak worth a shite.
I couldn't either. I could not speak today very well. I know that, for me personally, it's hard for me to get back in the swing of writing sometimes, so seeing like all these people do a bunch of stuff is really inspiring to me. Even if, you know, it's fan fiction, yes, like someone could argue, well, it's just fan fiction, but it's like people are actively coming together to make it, which is really cool. I know for a fact that Sieggy and Big H have been working on theirs for a long time, and also the Cars the Big Gay Furball as well. So I know they've all been working on their stuff for a while and like passing ideas back and forth. So yeah, I actually checked into my old fan fiction account not too long ago. I didn't tell you about that. So yeah, that was that was wild to read. It's gotten quite, I think I got like 15,000 clicks, so that was pretty neat.
That's cool.
I'm really scared to link stuff though. I want to see it like burn and die. But like, yeah, the thing that I'm also working on something too, because just seeing a bunch of people come together for it, it's really cool. I don't know.
It is neat.
Yeah, it is neat-o burrito. I don't know. I know where I want to set it up as, and I have some ideas for some scenes, and I have an idea. So I have about 2,000 words written on it. It's really cool. I really like how humans are interacting with the different species. I like how humans in Siggy's story kind of got shoved to the side. They're like, hey, yeah, we'll give you this shitty place. Oh, also, we're blaming you for the death of a very important person. Sorry, man, but you're gonna die.
Sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck, I guess. Yeah, shouldn't have been there. Yeah, I really like that part. And in the previous story, it seems we're getting more build up with Big H's, which is really cool. I
love build up like that. It is so good.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I know it sounds like I'm being biased, but like that is like that is my personal opinionated favorite type of storytelling.
Or build up.
It's like build up.
Yeah,
Build
I
up.
feel that's always, you always need that sort of.
Like, and I know you always need build up in a story, but a lot of stories don't have build up. And I'm not talking fan fiction. I'm talking like a lot of pieces of like popular media.
Like build.
Yeah, build, and like it's just it's to me. I just like love build, and I love when it's satisfying.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm like with Danganronpa. My favorite part of Danganronpa is the mystery, like trying to figure it out. Not so much the story itself, but trying to figure out who killed who. And motives.
Like motives?
Yeah. I mean, the story, I'm sure people do get a kick out of it, but that's not my thing. For something like these stories, though, you really have to focus on character interaction, because that's really all they have together. It's a lot of talking and a lot of interaction. And you just have to kind of sprinkle in some interesting bits and skip over the not so interesting ones. And I think both writers have a good idea of what's interesting and what's not. Also, a big issue I have with fan fiction sometimes is dialogue. Sometimes dialogue doesn't feel very natural.
Yeah, I have to agree with that too.
And you have to be very careful about fan fiction, because when I write fan fiction, usually I don't make present characters that are already in the media unless it's for a moment. Usually I just steal the world.
Right.
Because it's hard for me to predict what a character will say or how they'll act. That's already established. So I am. So I know for my Adastra fic, I'm writing just all characters on Earth, and they're all mine. So I know how they'll interact with each other. I know how they'll work with one another. And the only other character I think they'll have them interact with is the only other human, which is Marco. And that will not be until like the very, very end. And that's the payoff. So
yeah,
you'll have to read it till the end. There's your thing there. I feel almost embarrassed talking about my own writing, though.
Oh, why?
I don't know. It's just like I like talking about other people's more than mine, because writing is very personal for me. Like, it's very close. So, because all the characters have a little piece of you, and your either insecurities or like, for people who say like writing is never a reflection of how you feel, that's wrong. That's just wrong. Writing is always a reflection of someone's experiences or how you feel at a specific time, or maybe you write in someone because they really annoyed you, or you take names from real places, or like to write is to write about yourself and your experiences just through other people. From my standpoint, that's how I write. I don't know, some people may be different or completely detached, but maybe. I don't know. Certainly I don't write that way. It would be very hard to. But those are both of our fan fictions.
Well, not our fan fiction.
That we picked.
I did not write
Yeah,
them.
that we picked. I did. Yeah, yes, absolutely not. I did not write them because holy hell, you guys write a lot. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
holy crap.
Yeah. I mean, it is incredible. It is definitely an art form like anything else. So,
Very good.
very
They're
good. We are at about, I think this is one of our longer ones, because we are
It
about,
is almost an hour and 20 minutes.
oh, that's not too bad though. That's not bad. I think that's about our Habs interview, in all honesty.
Like that.
But Again, if you're interested in submitting a fan fiction for Adastra or any other type of media, really, we're kind of interested in all of it. Please go ahead and submit it to TNDP.
Even your porn. I'll read the porn.
He stroked across his hips and up.
I would
along.
get a kick out of reading porn in front of Drew. It'd be so
Oh,
fucking
lordy.
funny.
No, I'd read it. I definitely want to read one. That'd be so fun. It'd be so awkward. Holy shit. But it'd be fun. Remember how I said writing is a reflection of yourself?
Uh-huh.
You're like, me horny.
No, I'm not.
There's some good porn, though, I'm sure. Like,
Oh, yeah.
artistic. Oh, yeah. You sound like the Kool-Aid Man. Or like Mario.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. With Mario. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But thank you guys for tuning in again. I can't believe we actually have people who actively follow us. I think you made a mistake, guys. To follow
did.
us. But we always appreciate it. And the feedback and everything else. We always appreciate it. So thank you
I
for
appreciate it
tuning in.
more.
Oh, yeah, well, I appreciate more.
I appreciate more.
I appreciate squared.
I appreciate more times infinity.
Fine. Whatever.
I win.
I appreciate it. Infinity, faster. Double infinity. Which
Now!
Quadruple infinity. That's still infinity, Drew. I don't care.
Are you talking to yourself right now?
I am. I baited and answered myself.
Nice. That's
One
what
could
your
say
answer.
masturbated.
You say you don't do that.
Oh, God. Some people are into that. Actually,
Yeah.
a good amount of people are into that. Oh, Lord. Well, y'all, I hope you have a fantastic night. We're probably going
New
to post
Year's.
this on... Oh, yeah. Happy New Year. Happy January 1st. We might post this on fucking January.
Well, the faster we do it, the faster we can process it. So.
Wow. Yeah, we better end it here.
Bye.
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 Bye, y'all. Bye.
Goodbye. Have a good night.
Bye.